Hello and welcome back to our coverage of this PGA Tour event already in progress. We're picking things up at the 6th. Let's get into it. This one's online. Well, that'll avoid a number of drop shots. Well hole. Sitting at 5 over for the day.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
That's the kind of strike that's going to make them come back every day of the week. Second shot here on the 7th. Going with the pitching wedge here.
They've decided to club up.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
This would be a great up and down. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? An opportunity to make their par.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Here we find ourselves at the dramatic 8th hole at Craggy Heights. A par 3 playing 198 yards from the back tees.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Was on a good line. 6 feet remaining to the cup. This looks good. And there it is. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Teeing off here at the 9th hole. Not bad. Playing this shot from around 220 yards here.
Back into the wind. They need to flight this one down.
This one needs to kick left. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good.
Oh, that's too bad. Just 3 feet to the cup. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, this rivalry we've been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn. It'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Going with the 8-iron here. And he's safely on the green.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
Oh, just missed. Yeah, that's never nice. Putting it off the surface, that hurts. Oh, just missed that one. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole.
Looking to bounce back after that bogey at the last. That wasn't pretty. Hopefully this one is better.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Well, they've got their eye locked in. Look at that approach shot against Ricky Fowler as well.
And that's now 5 over for the round. Oh, Rich loves standing on this 12th tee here, a par 5. You're always thinking birdie or perhaps better. Take us through it.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or do they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill. A little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
Second shot here on the 12th. That's not the shot he was hoping for. And here we are with the third shot. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
Looking for another birdie here.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
That'll affect the scorecard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Time to face a par 4 now. Now, great rhythm on that swing. From around 180 yards out.
They need to flight this one down into the wind.
Going with the 5-iron here. He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Well, he tried to fade it in there, but just didn't commit to it.
Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Looking really good, this one. Top effort, that. And that's a couple of bogeys on the bounce, I'm afraid.
Yeah, making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Currently at 7 over par. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
Going with the 7. A quality shot, that.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
Okay, steady now. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And now at +7 for the round. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Good shot there.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Bit too heavy-handed there. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. Teeing off here on the 16th hole. Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going forward in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Ooh, right by the hole. Putting for birdie. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Oh, don't we love a short par 4, particularly on the penultimate hole, Rich. 17 here, playing under 300 yards.
Luke, at just 283 yards, listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is a begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the 3-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
Oh, that one's bouncing around in the branches. Far from ideal. Setting up in some very deep rough. Choosing the 9-iron here. This one might need to get down a little. Time now for the 4th shot. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
This one's dialed in. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And down it goes. Moving down the leaderboard after that hole. Chance here to reclaim a bit of focus after that double at the last. Well, I like the look of the line here. They should find the fairway. And he's down there.
They're setting up this next shot into quite an elevated green, Luke.
We need this one to bounce right. Outstanding approach shot. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. And that'll be all she wrote today. Well played. So the opening round in the books, Rich. Impressed with your efforts here in the booth. Thanks for your time.
Well, I tell you, it's always a pleasure working alongside you there, my friend. 3 rounds to go. Should be fun.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Bluff Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Helvey with Rich Beam here as we keep an eye on this player who's been trailing in the tournament but has a real opportunity today.
They do. They need to get out there, though, and start firing at some flags. They've been playing very conservative all week long, and you can't continue to do that with any hopes of winning. You have to go ahead and start trying to take advantage of the conditions. Hit it close a few more times. And until they start doing that, I don't see them catching the leaders.
Can't wait to find out what happens here. Second shot here on the first. Getting ready to play their third. Good look at a birdie here. Ooh, nice line. Well, Rich, that's ideal. A birdie to start the day.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
Colin Morikawa doing what he does best. He's leading this tournament as we head to the next hole.
Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture. Gorgeous swing. Playing from around 110 yards out.
That one should find the surface.
A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here at the second. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
This for back-to-back birdies.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Sitting at 5 over for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Going with the 7. And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. That'll sting a bit. Par putt coming up here. Nice line.
Yeah, he'll take that.
And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Time to see what this par 4 has in store.
That's a nice looking tee shot, that one.
Playing from around 150 yards here. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
Should find the green.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
Fair effort, that. Good birdie. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. The lies aren't too bad here in the first cut of rough. That swing looked a little jerky from where I'm sitting.
Henny, how's that ball lying?
Well, it's a little deeper into the rough, but it's sitting nicely.
And here we are with their 4th. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Playing their 5th shot. A bit long on that one. 7 feet to the cup.
They're nicely holed.
This player is putting for fun.
And that's now 5 over for the tournament.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
Let's see what happens here on the 6th. Yeah, that one will play.
right, going with a little bit more club. Let's see.
Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. Teeing off here at the 7th. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Woo, back there, horsey. Well, a little off the target with that one.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
A tad wayward, but still on the surface. This is from miles away. And you hold it. What a monster. Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. Teeing off now on the 9th hole. Oh, absolutely flushed. Playing from around 160 yards. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
And he's down there. You got to read.
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup. If they can sink this, they'll pull ahead of Fowler. This could get interesting.
Alrighty, Rich. This is crunch time. We're through 9 holes today. This player's on the wrong side of the cut line.
Luke, right now they're so far below the cut line, it's going to take a miracle for them to stick around.
Let's see what happens here at the 10th hole. Oh, that was pure. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
So far, so good.
There it is. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead.
Here we are in front of a par 3. Oh, I could watch that swing all day. That's beautiful. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th. If it's up, it could be in. That was a gallant attempt. 4 feet to the cup. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Sitting at 3 over for the event. Teeing off here on the 12th hole.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or do they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill. A little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
Nicely done.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. Setting up here with a very long putt.
Needs this putt to tie Ricky Fowler.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4.
Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
And choosing the 8-iron here.
This one heading towards the green.
This player is making a statement with that approach shot. I think this rivalry with Ricky Fowler is really inspiring him to fire at those flags.
Well, that was a really important hole. Now just one off the cut line.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. This hole here is a par 4.
The tempo there was exquisite.
This one from about 160 yards out. Opting for the 9-iron. This one's heading towards the rough, I think. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Well struck. And he needs this to save par.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
Oh, so close. It's just about 3 feet away. That limits the damage. Currently at +3 for the event.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine. Going with the 6-iron here. This one's heading left, I think. That got a little out of control, I think.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Getting ready to play their third. Didn't that look good for a long time? Very crafty, that shot.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
In it goes, and that's unfortunately back-to-back bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Sitting at 4 over for the event.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Let's see what happens here at the 16th. Nicely done. Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. This one's for birdie.
Looks good.
And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. This is a short par 4, always a fun hole to play.
Luke, at just 283 yards, listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is a begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the 3-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
That's going to find the water, sadly. Henny, what's the player facing here?
And from about 105 yards.
Going with the 8-iron here. Well, this one's going right at the flag. Wow, what a shot.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Look at the old hammer hands putt. Bogey putt coming up here. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on. Well, that's a shame. That'll drop them down the standings, that's for sure. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18th. Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway. From around 140 yards here. Going with the 9-iron, I think. This one might need to sit. Good shot there, Beamer. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Ouch, that hurts. No, that's a punish. Nothing worse than putting it off for green. Playing their 4th shot. Oh, they'll be stoked with that. That could have been a big score, but a fighting finish. Well done.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
Well, unfortunately, this week was not their best. It's a miscut.
It's a sinking feeling when you go out there and you just don't have it. You miss the cut. Trunk slamming it is what they used to call it. Either way, it's just not a good feeling, and hopefully better days ahead.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now there is a sense of maybe fear, heightened competition this week, as this player has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Harold Varner III. It should be an exciting and entertaining duel.
Absolutely, Luke. Harold Varner III is one of the most charismatic, talkative and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry.
Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole, par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
He's currently tied for 11th. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Oh, well played. Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 170 yards. Ooh, yeah, no, not where they wanted to go. This one's left.
And here we are with the third shot. Ooh, that almost went down. Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Like the look of this one. That's frustrating. Okay, let's head to the next. And unfortunately dropping back to level with the card.
Unfortunately backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
And not a bad approach. He'll be putting.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
That's disappointing. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This is what they have left for par.
That's well holed. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. 2 great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4. Oh, that was flushed. Second shot here on the 5th. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. This one looks like it's heading left here, Rich. It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark. Getting ready to play their third. 3 behind our leader. He has this putt to save his par. And down she goes. Justin Thomas is our current leader. This hole is a par 5. Justin Thomas, major champion, world #1 player, really has all the attributes, doesn't he, Rich?
He does. His focus on his own game is amazing. I think that this kid really understands how to play the game. He's got all the shots, but he doesn't try and get up there and hit it as hard as he can every single time. He gets out there and he learns how to play the game, hit the finesse shots when you need it, take some risks when you need to, but also back off when you don't need to. This kid is a real deal, complete game from head to toe.
Just didn't drop. 5 feet coming up to the cup. A good stroke. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Justin Thomas is at the top of the leaderboard with a 1-shot lead. Let's see what happens here on the 7th. That was a little untidy, wasn't it?
Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
Oh, that's a tad disappointing, finding the branches there.
Setting up to play the shot here from the green side rough. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. This one's looking good. And in it goes for the par. Now 4 back after that hole. Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th. Going with the 5-wood. Needs this to kick a bit left. It's a little wayward.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
Let's see if we can make this and keep the par on the card. Good putt, that.
Justin Thomas currently leading the event as we head to the next hole.
Setting up now on a par 4. Oh, that sounded absolutely flushed. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out.
Opting for the 6-iron. This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
He's found the surface. Good chance here.
What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for birdie here.
Ooh. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
That starts off on a good line.
Solid par putt, that. Nine holes down into this rivalry, Rich. How are you rating their performance so far?
Well, they are doing better than their rivals, so that's good news, but there still is lots of golf to play. Should provide us for an entertaining week, that's for sure.
That's a good-looking shot there. Even for the day. Nicely done. And here we are with the third shot. 4 strokes off the lead. How close was that to going down? A putt for a place in the top 10. Job done. Let's head to the next. And that will take him to 1 under. He's currently tied for 9th. Pegging it up on the 11th hole here. Good shot there. That's a fairway finder for sure. Second shot here on the 11th. That's some good golf right there. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This for a birdie run.
Oh, just missed. Just 3 feet to the cup. That putt went a bit long there. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Trailing by 4 strokes. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. Couple of birdies and a couple of bogeys. Needs to get something going here today. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. It was on a good line. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
That gets the job done.
Now 4 back after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. even for the day. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here.
And he's hit that inside the range.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. You always like that on long putts when you just have to go ahead and tap it in stress-free. So no movement there. The player remains at even par. We find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par fours on the back nine here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flagstick. A chance to go under par here if he can just keep the bogeys off the card. Pretty good shot there.
From around 170 yards here, 4 shots behind our leader. And choosing the 8-iron here. This one looks to be a tad wayward. Wonderfully played. Chance to get one under the card with this putt. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
Nice little putt to hole, that one.
Trailing by 4 strokes. Teeing off here at the 15th hole. From around 220 yards. Currently 4 shots off the pace. Going with the hybrid. Great shot. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 29 feet from the cup.
That was a gallant attempt. Yeah, well done. And with it, he moves to 1 under par. He's currently tied for 13th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Stepping up to the 16th tee now. Chosen the pitching wedge here. And should find the surface. Oh, they're dialed in. It's an absolute clinic.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
And this putt to move into the top 10.
Oh, that's a nice line. Oh, that's a ripper. And he'll move into the top 10. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling.
Absolutely tattooed that drive.
Second shot here on the 17th. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Let's hope this one gets a good lie because it's heading towards the rough. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. This would be a great up and down from this spot.
Putting for a par now.
This one's tracking.
Nicely holed. And for par. Now 4 back after that hole. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Ooh, sometimes you need a hacksaw to get out of this rough. And that shot back in the fairway from about 100 yards. 4 strokes off the lead. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
Putting for par. That's pretty tidy. Just need to pull the putter back a little bit further, I think.
Well, I think they fell in love with the line, forgot about the pace.
So, after the opening round, and a pretty solid one at that, this player still finds himself a fair way off the pace.
Yeah, a good round, a decent round, but nothing spectacular, and that's why they're in the position that they're at. They just need to get out there and grind a little bit more. We didn't really see them out there giving it their full effort because they just got lazy. I mean, it's just an okay round of golf, and it shows.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Elvey with my mate Rich Beam in the booth. And Beamer, this player really hasn't been getting it going in this tournament, finds himself trailing the lead. What are your expectations of them today?
Well, certainly they're stuck in second gear out there, aren't they? They just make a birdie or two and then they give it back with a bogey. So they need to quit making mistakes. They need to go ahead and start putting this thing in third and fourth gear and start cruising down the highway a little bit quicker, because right now they're trailing. They can't afford to give any more back.
Oh, I can't wait. Salivating to see how today's play goes. Look like he's hooked this one. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 200 yards.
Getting ready to play their third. Going with the 7. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. If he makes this, he'll save his par.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Starting the round at even par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next.
Love the long holes. Welcome to the par 5. Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This one will run uphill.
This is on a great line.
Well, the good thing about making bogeys is it gives you a chance to bounce back at the next. He's currently tied for 15th.
Not much happening, moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
And after a bogey at the last, they're looking for a big drive on this hole.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
Look like this one's heading to the beach. Is that what they had in mind?
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Well, out of the bunker and onto the green, but still a fair bit of effort to go here. This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close.
This one to save par.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Well, at least it wasn't a double.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top.
Trying to forget the bogey on the last as they step onto the tee.
That tee shot looks pretty good.
Playing this shot from about 170 yards out. Going with the 8-iron here. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing.
Putting for birdie here. That's one of those putts that you're proud of at the end of a round. They all add up.
And that will take him to 1 under. He's in a share of 15th.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
A spot in the top 10 awaits if they can make this putt.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 3 under.
And a very familiar sight. Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
We've reached the 8th hole. You like that, didn't you?
And this putt to move into the top 5.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
This is important. Big par putt here.
And there it is. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently on top of this one. Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
Beautiful swing there. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 190 yards.
Opting for the 5-iron. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. Sitting at -3. Currently tied for 8th place.
That's a touch of class.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Trailing by 7 after that hole. Ooh, I like this. The cover's coming off the big dog. Time to let it loose.
This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff.
Second shot here at the 10th. And here we are with the third shot. Nice recovery there.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. I will take that also into the top 5 now. Now 7 shots behind after that. Teeing off here at the 11th. That's not the shot they wanted.
Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
It looks like they have a good lie here in the sand.
That was wonderfully done. And this putt to move into second spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. Ouch, that hurts. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
I like their courage to be able to get that to go down and save the hole.
In the bunker with their tee shot. Nice save indeed.
Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods.
We have a par 3 on this one. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. This putt coming up is for birdie.
Oh, you know you want to.
Oh, so close. Just a simple tap in for par on this one. He's currently tied for 5th. Teeing off here on the 13th hole.
Looks like they got all of that one. That's on a good line.
Playing from around 190 yards out. Going with the 6-iron here. This one might just sneak off the fairway. Sitting at -4. Currently tied for 5th place. Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Looking better.
Just didn't drop. And this one will be for bogey.
And as we head to the next, it's Tiger on top of the leaderboard.
Trying to shake off the bogey on the last hole as they step onto this tee.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view, bailing out to the left in the bunker. Not so hot either. I'll tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flagstick.
Wow, what happened there?
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Putting for a par here.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Oh, that's a clutch par.
He's in a share of 9th place. Time to hit a good one here at the 15th. Look out world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour, and we look back in the greatness in sports right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer pave the way for a Tiger Woods to then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like, grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again, but it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be, and will forever be.
That's a shame. Just leaking left, that one.
Playing within their comfort zone there.
Oh, this would be a good putt to make, and with it, a share of third spot. Looking really good. Big putt for par coming up. Trailing by 7 after that hole. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
The wind was howling, but that didn't matter.
And this putt to move into a tie for third. Round now in the books. Good luck next time. Well, that day's in the books, Rich, and this player seems to be going along quite nicely, don't you think?
That's a good spot to be in. Just kind of hanging around, waiting for their time to pounce on the leaders, but in a good position heading into the final 36.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin.
Pleased you could join us for this third round action. I'm Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, this next golfer starts their round. What do you think about their chances?
Currently in the top 5, nice spot to be with a couple of rounds to go. But still, they need to make something happen. Right now, it's just not as good as the guys out in front, so they're going to have to make something happen sooner than later.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's see how it unfolds. And let's see what he can do here today. Attaboy, good shot. Taking aim from about 170 yards. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
This one's right of the green.
And that was a bit of a misfire. getting ready to play their third. Yes, hold it. And that will move him up the leaderboard as well. And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place behind Tiger Woods. Let's see what happens here on the second hole. Lovely effort that. And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
That's nicely done. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Good sounding strike, that one. A nice approach shot there. Pin high inside the range.
Already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Yep, tracking well.
Super shot, that. He's currently sitting in second. Let's see what happens here on the fourth.
And that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
Well done. Take the birdie. Trailing by 4 strokes. And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole.
8 days a week, that rhythm works.
Well, this is a little bit of a birdie blitz going on from the player. Can they make another?
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left.
What an amazing approach shot. I think their rival, Harold Varner III, has a worthy competitor this week.
A birdie putt awaits.
This one's looking good.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
Unreal display this week with that wand.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. Oh, exciting times on the tee of a par 5. Time for the second shot here at the 6th. And here we are with the third shot. 3 shots off the lead. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
Ooh, right by the hole. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
That gets the job done. The leaderboard has them sitting in second place behind Tiger Woods. Deep into the front nine. Here we are at the 7th hole. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Great shot into the 7th and a chance for birdie.
Gotta like their chances from there.
A 7-footer right here.
Little birdie look in here.
Well, that'll play. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Time to play one of the one-shotters. Opting for the hybrid, I think.
They're going with a bit more club here. Let's see if it was the right call.
This putt here to get to 14 under the card.
All right, guys. This for 2 birdies in a row.
Oh, just missed. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. That's tracking.
For the par. And a very familiar sight. Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
Welcome to the tee of a par 4.
And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 195 yards.
Going with the hybrid. Looks like this one's going to the beach. Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
par saver coming up for this fella.
Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
That's a good putt to make, that one.
He's currently in the second position. This hole is a par 5. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Almost snatched the eagle there. That would have been huge. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more. Oh, that's a sweet-looking swing, that one. Time for the second shot at the 11th. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Yep, tracking nicely.
And that's 8 birdies today.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place behind Tiger Woods.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Going with the 7. Oh, that one's absolutely stiff.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Oh, well played.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top.
This hole's a tough 2-shotter, a long par 4. Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. Taking aim from about 180 yards here.
Just 3 strokes back.
Opting for the 6-iron. Not a bad play, that one. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. That'll sting a bit.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 14th.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flagstick.
Terrific shot, and a chance for birdie coming up here at the 14th.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
Oh yeah, this is tracking nicely.
Was on a good line. This is a par putt. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole.
Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
Playing from around 230 yards. 3 shots off the lead. Opting for the 5-wood.
This one's left of the green.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. 3 strokes off the lead.
Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
It's half a chance of being holed, this one. Always nice to hold those for a birdie.
Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods.
On the tee of a par 3. And hitting yet another green here in regulation.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
And with that putt hold, it's back-to-back birdies.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
The leaderboard has them sitting in 2nd place behind Tiger Woods. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
Oh, great swing there.
This shot from about 190 yards out. Currently a shot off the lead. Going with the 5-iron here.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
Well, that's beautifully judged.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
Surely it's going to.
Oh, that had eyes for it. Lovely shot. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
And now teeing off on the final hole of this round.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
These are on rails, looking good.
And that signs off on today's round. And as this round winds down, he finishes in 2nd place.
Same, Luke. Enjoyed the day. Looking forward to tomorrow.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now. 2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action.
Luke Elvey and Rich Beam here, bringing you all the action of the final round. And Rich, I love these days. Championships are decided. Has this player got it in them to pull out the win?
Look, this player starts off the final round a couple behind the lead. And let's face it, they need to have some inspiring golf out there today. They need to make birdies early and often if they want to chase down that leader. It sets up for a very exciting final round.
Can't wait to see what unfolds. Let's see what kind of tone he sets for himself today. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Yeah, he's got 190 all the way back here.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Quality shot, that one.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That was a gallant attempt. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Good looking putt. Oh, that looks like a pure stroke.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's currently just in second place. We've arrived at a par 5. And after that par, they're looking for something good here.
That swing reminded me of smooth jazz. Great rhythm.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up this one, hitting into a downhill green. They might be taking a bit less club here.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. Oh, this is exciting. A putt for an eagle.
Looking good so far.
Oh, birdie with big wings. Great putt.
Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Lovely rhythm there, Rich. That's going to work every time.
From around 170 yards here. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
Oh, well done. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Okay, steady now. No, that's too bad.
A par putt awaits.
Well hold.
And it's Tiger on top of the leaderboard.
Teeing off now on this par 3.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
What an opportunity to make a birdie.
Surely it's going to.
A well hold. He'll take the birdie. He's currently in a share of top spot.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Time to take a look at what this par 4 might be in order.
Look, coming off a birdie at the last hole, this player finally is making something happen. Looking forward to the next hole, but danger lurks if they're not careful.
Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
Well, that's a handy shot.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet. He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Oh, so close.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Time to tee off at the 6th. Well played, mate. And here we are with the third shot.
Currently tied for the lead.
almost went in the hole. Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down.
Judging it beautifully.
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
That dog will hunt.
Second shot here on the 7th. Going with the pitching wedge here. Yeah, that was a safe play.
Already had a few birdies today. This for another.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 6 feet remaining to the cup. Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt. And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place, behind Tiger Woods. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Opting for the 5-iron.
Needs a little ground help to the left.
And he's safely on the green with that shot. Always nice to have a birdie putt. We can't make them all. Go tap it in. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Here we are at the final hole on the front 9. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Penny, what's the player facing here?
Yep, I've paced this. He's got around 195.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. That's inside the house of opportunity. Setting up here with a very long putt. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Ooh. 12 feet to the cup coming up. Just didn't drop. Okay, that hole's behind you now. Rich, how are we looking after 9?
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
Second shot here on the 10th hole. And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
And this is an extremely long putt. You might even have to hinge on this one.
Their boldness paid off. They've got this for the eagle.
That's a fine effort, that one.
You always want to putt those ones stone dead.
Now 4 back after that hole. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. This one should find the rough. Just off the fairway in the first cut. Come on, sit.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I didn't think they'd be able to hit that from that lie.
An opportunity for a birdie here.
Looking really good, this one.
And that's a long-range bomb. And rest assured, their rival will be looking over their shoulder. And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next.
Let's head to the 12th hole. Looks to be going with the 6 iron.
Going for less club here.
Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there.
Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Go to your home ball. Go to your home. And he holds it. What a putt. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage.
Well, now, things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. That's tidy. Playing this shot from about 170 yards out.
Just 2 shots behind.
A bit wild on approach there.
Yeah, trying to draw that one in there, but not committing to it, leaving it out.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice?
An opportunity to make a par here. The leaderboard has them sitting in second place behind Tiger Woods.
We've arrived at a par 4.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. I'll tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
Getting ready to play their 3rd.
Just 3 strokes back.
Oh, that's all class.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
He's currently sitting in 2nd.
Managing to chase down the leaders, closing that gap. Gotta like it.
Let's see what happens here on the 15th. That's a touch of the Freddie Couples rhythm right there. Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era, and just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at. Their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. but Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
This is a good time to get hot with the tournament on the line.
Well, he means business. Coming out, hitting shots like that against HV3. I think Harold's just as surprised as I am.
Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. He's currently tied for first.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Here we have a long par 4. It's going to take 2 great shots to get on. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. From about 200 yards out, he shares the lead. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Handy effort, that one. 20 feet to the hole.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Oh, get in. That's a long-range bomb, and with it, puts extra strain on the person chasing behind them. Leading by a shot after that hole. Well, what a lovely position to be in. Holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck. Oh, what a shot by our leader. Setting up here, coming off a run of birdies.
Absolutely. It's been a good streak late in the round.
This one headed left and not coming back.
Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
One of the rare misses for this player today, Luke. They've been hitting a lot of greens today.
The equation's pretty simple. Chip this in and win the tournament. And this is what's in front of them to win the Serenity Championship.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
Ladies and gentlemen, they've just won their first ever PGA Tour event. Rich, what do you think's going through their mind right now?
Nothing. They're confused about everything right now. I tell you, you win and you can't believe it just happened. You really just have no idea. You're shocked. It's a great feeling.
Wow, they've done it, Rich. No one saw this coming, but I think we mentioned earlier just how this would be a surprise to see them win.
I think everybody truly loves a good underdog story, don't they, Luke? And this player absolutely lived up to the billing of it. Great win. Couldn't be happier.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.